very excited about the Aronofsky's, if I'm saying his name right, film that's coming out called Noah. Now, some of you know, not too many, but some of you know that I pitched a Noah story back in my Warner Brother days. And it was from the animal's point of view, but it had an less spiritual bent, a little bit of a spiritual bent, because anytime you bring up God, you're talking about spirit. But it had a very ecological bent to it. And it was from the animal's point of view. I'm going to read a bunch of my notes from that time, and then later I transposed those notes into a very, very simple children's book that Penguin Books almost bought. And the reason it didn't go through is the woman, Zara something, the reason nobody went for it at Penguin is because Putnam bought Penguin. So I almost got a big children's book going, and I'll be posting that within the next week on my YouTube channel. So anyway, here is my notes, or it was just simply called Noah's Ark. And I figured if I was going to pitch a story at Warner Brothers in the mid 90s, the mid to late 90s, I wasn't going to pitch one of my original ideas. I was going to pitch something on a classic piece of literature like the Bible and Noah's Ark. Because I pitched a story at Disney about an ant, and it turned out to be a bug's life. And Woody Allen Katzenberg's ants, and that's another long story. And if some people don't believe me, well, they can just go take a hike. So anyway, here's my outline for Noah's Ark. Yeah, here we go, January 5th, 1996. So it was the mid-90s. I got the outline, but I'll just read. It's more interesting to read the story treatment. This is what I pitched at Warner Brothers in 95 and 96. And I put a copyright sign on it. I don't know what that meant. Anyway, note, in this treatment, I'm placing an emphasis on making the story of Noah's Ark from the animal's perspective, which is something this new Russell Crowe film isn't doing. And again, I'm excited about it. It looks like they're treating it from an artistic standpoint rather than like a fundamentalist Christian standpoint, which I'm all in favor of. I think if we can't handle these ancient myths and legends and stories, whether they're true or metaphors, I don't know, we're in trouble. So, from this angle, I believe we can produce this story into a full-length feature film full of comedy and drama, mostly drama. And I was thinking of the Disney film Lion King, where the merchandising was like all over the map with some, African animals. Well, with Noah's Ark, I was trying to be a businessman. I said, hey, we could have all kinds of plush animals to sell at the Warner Brothers stores. Okay, opening scene, outer space view of planet Earth. Earth turns very slowly. The unusual thing in this visual is that the Earth's land mass is mostly in one piece. Through computer animation, we slowly zoom down into this beautiful blue-green ball until we're in lush green, prehistoric-looking forests, similar to our present-day rainforests. The music, up until now, has been subtle and ethereal, Brian Eno-esque. I like that word, Eno-esque. It should become a part of our American vernacular. I got Stellar J's eating out of my hand these days. But now we are busy traveling through the eclectic world of mammals, reptiles, insects, bird life, etc. of this incredible planet. Think of the film Anima Mundi, which hopefully is still out there. I had it on a laser disc, and hopefully it's on a DVD by now. I'll be playing with this pitch. I pitched this to all the execs at Warner Brothers with not much of a tremor. Max Howard said he didn't like the idea, and then within a week or two, he pitched Noah's Ark from an outer space perspective, so go figure that. Music has picked up to a modern yet ethnic beat similar to the song I'll be playing with Anima Mundi, Deep Forest, okay, blah, blah, blah. Narrator is modern and intelligent, not kiddie fair. Example, Martin Sheen, somebody heavily into environmental issues, or Donald Sutherland. So again, what's ironic is with this new film that's coming out called Noah, my pitch called Noah's Ark was all about the emphasis on the environmental loss of habitat and loss of species, like the polar bear, which they predict, within a generation or two to be gone. Credits over, our zooming camera slows down, and we end up in the polar bear regions of the Earth. Our main character is going to be a polar bear. Everything's white. Almost the entire screen is bleak with whiteness. No music, only the eerie low whistles of an Arctic wind. Oh, I got to keep my stellars in the background. I want to try to make this video interesting, so if I don't steal the show, the stellar jays might. Come on, you guys. Come on. But soon, our camera spots the activity of a clan of polar bears. They're playing and wrestling. When it's not hunting or mating season, polar bears are known to interact and be quite social with each other. Some characters are introduced. A male and female bear become the focus of our attention, and we learn that they are a new couple, still in the early stages of falling in love. Human attributes and attitudes are given the animals for the first time in the film, a la Bambi, Lion King, 101 Dalmatians, Watership Down, Plague Dogs, etc. See also Nick Park's wonderful animated short, Creature Comforts, for inspiration. Some of Nick Park's early stuff was just genius, wonderful stuff. I love his later stuff too, but his early stuff just, pow, gets me right here in the solar plexus. Well, we're on the subject of animals in animation. I just saw the film Jumanji, starring Robin Williams. And the computer animation of the lion, elephants, zebras, monkeys, rhinoceroses, and mosquitoes was incredible. Check it out. This is back in the mid-90s when computer animation of things like animals was like just extremely profound. Now we take it for granted with films like Lord of the Rings and Gollum and so forth. Noontog is the main character. Noontog, I think that's a Norwegian name, I'm pretty sure, is the male bear, and we now watch him in his sleep. His ears are twitching. His nose and tightly shut eyes are twitching. His large left paw is twitching. He snorts, an irritated snort as snow flies before his nostrils. Noontog could be the voice of Patrick Swayze, see Three Wishes, with his deep voice. I think he's passed on, right? That's too bad. Cross dissolved to the next morning. Noontog approaches his mate Solvi about a dream, again a Norwegian name. I can't help it, I'm 100% Norwegian. My mom, Odegaard, my dad, Gullerud. About a dream he had the previous night. She sucks her breath in, biting her tongue. One part of the relationship that has been difficult for her was his incessant need to tell everybody about his dreams and the premonitory nature that they often took. Don't dreams sometimes have premonitions? Okay. One of the comical aspects to this couple in the story is that they often bicker, like the Don Amici, Francis Langford, old-time radio couple of Don and Blanche Bickerson, the Bickersons, refer to cassette. See, I made an audio cassette for these folks at Warner Brothers, and probably a couple of them still have that tape somewhere. And it gets so bad in the film, you wonder if they'll ever procreate after the long, stressful trip on the Ark. So Noontog, here we get some dialogue. Sylvie, I had another one, Sylvie. A dream. A heavy, heavy dream. Sylvie, oh, Noontog, not another one, please. Can it wait until after breakfast? She's fishing for a quick meal in the water. Noontog, not this one, Sylvie. Come on out of the water, please. Let's take a break because I want to make sure I don't run out of battery room on my little Sony CyberShot. And we'll get part 2. We'll cost us all these in just a second. All right.